Hey everyone, my name is Luke, I am 21 years old, and this is my backyard goldfish farm. I'm going to walk you guys through what I have going on in each one of these tanks. But first I'm going to turn off the bubblers so it's a little more quiet. You hear how much more silent that is? So my entire little goldfish farm here is within this 10 by 13 foot greenhouse. On one half of the greenhouse, I have 4 110 gallon tubs, and on the other side of this greenhouse, I have a rack of tanks where I have 4 75 gallon tanks and 2 60 gallon breeder tanks. The first tank we're starting with is the parent Ranchu tank. This right here is Giga Chad, this right here is Mr. Clean, this right here is Stacy, and this lady, I've decided I want to name her Betsy. That's Codeman, and this lady is still unnamed. I got 2 good spawns out of these parent Ranchu, and those babies make up the majority of the other fish I have inside this greenhouse. Batch number 1 of those babies are the mini Chads. They're offspring from Giga Chad. I have them in this 60 gallon tank right here, this 60 gallon tank right here, as well as this 60 gallon tank right here. This tank has a couple of my favorites. This one's Tubby Toby, and he's not a perfect Ranchu, but he's so chunky, and he's definitely growing much faster than all the other Ranchus. But he has a big, nice one growing, and he's just such a chunky little nugget. So Tubby Toby's in this tank, and I really like Tubby Toby. This tank also has little Tatiana, and little Tatiana is a very nice little Ranchu. Very good curvature. She's just, a very beautiful little orange Ranchu. We also got a couple really beautiful red-white ones that are forming. When these guys get older, that orange will deepen to a red, and they're going to be really beautiful fish. Okay, on to the next tank. Again, we have more of the mini Chads. They're all just adorable. I love this one. This one's got a really cute wen forming. If you look at his head, he's got that cute little bubble there forming. But yeah, we got a mix of these red and white colorations all coming out. They all start dark like this, but over time they lose that dark and they reveal their beautiful red-white colors underneath. Okay, going down to the next tank, right here, we have again the mini Chads. These guys are the same age as the other 2 groups and all from the same spawn. I believe they're around 60 days old from hatching. So about 2 months ago, these guys were just tiny little goldfish that were hatching. But feeding them 5 to 7 times a day gets them to this level of size within just 2 months. Next, I want to go to these calico babies. So I did not breed these calico babies. I bought them as small juvenile goldfish, but I've groomed them and raised them from that size to what they are now, and they are way, way bigger now than when I first got them. Like, as you can see, that's a good handful of Ranchu right there. Actually, I really like this guy. That's a good handful of Ranchu right there. So they have definitely grown a ton in size. Some of the guys that I've named in here, that's Captain Cow. I'm sure you can tell why he got his name. That's Captain Cow. That's Kirby right next to him. And then also right here is Quandale Dingle. Quandale, come back. You see Quandale? So he has one black eye, but when Quandale turns around, the other eye is a normal white with a black in the middle. So Quandale Dingle has very unique eyes. But yeah, these are the calico babies. I got 10 here, and then I also have 10 more calico babies. These are the ones that I'm going to be selling at a younger age because those other 10 were a little higher quality, and I want to keep the higher quality ones to grow out to a larger size before I sell them. These guys are not necessarily low quality. They're still pretty decent Ranchu. But if I have to only choose some to grow out, I want to choose the very best, and the very best are those guys. So I'm going to grow those guys out. These guys I'll be selling pretty soon. I haven't named any of the ones in this tank, but that guy I might name him Two-Face because he has like a red side and like a white side, and it's kind of a good split down the middle. This one also has a really cool coloration. I like how deep that black and shininess is. He's like a really cool tiger looking Ranchu. So that is all for the tanks here. So that is all for the wall of goldfish tanks here. We got a lot of beautiful babies. I'm going to be growing these guys out a little more before I sell them, but these guys are going to be sold pretty soon. And these guys, I don't know, maybe I'll sell a couple of the parents, I don't know. But for now, they're staying here in their 75 gallon. These guys, I definitely want to grow a little bigger. I want these guys to get nice and fat before I start selling any of them. Okay, now onto the big black tubs that we have on the right side of the greenhouse. Okay, starting with this tank right here, we have the mini cleans. So these are the children, these are the offspring of Mr. Clean. And we have a lot more mini cleans than we do of the mini chads. You can just see some of them swimming in my hand. And you'll notice how like some of them are yellow, some of them have like black on them, some of them are a mix. They're likely all going to turn this little yellowish color later on, but they'll slowly lose that yellow will slowly deepen into like an orange or a red color. Look at this one's already full yellow. He's like a little banana. And other ones are still very dark, like this one right here is entirely dark. But eventually they're all going to turn to this lighter color, and from there they'll probably like brighten up to a more of an orange color. But you can't even see all of them because this is a dark tub and a lot of them are still dark, but there are a ton of babies in here. So this is half of the mini cleans. The entire other half is in the next tank over, which I'm about to show you now. And these are all the other mini cleans. So as you can see, again, there are a ton of these guys, and it's kind of hard to tell again how many there are because a lot of them are still dark. They're going to lighten up pretty soon, but a lot of them are still dark, and it's just kind of hard to see that when they're in a dark tank like this. But you'll see some of these guys like this one, they're turning yellow, they're lightening up, and all those guys, eventually they're going to look like Mr. Clean. So there's just going to be so many of these Mr. Cleans all around. I'm so excited to watch these guys grow. Wow, this one I'm holding right here is really beautiful. Okay, in this next tub, again, we have a couple of these calico goldfish, and then we got these other guys. They're really hard to see unless I put my hand underneath them. So these they were marketed as sapphire ranchers. Again, I bought these as very small juvenile goldfish, but they really turned out to be more of like chocolate, and some of them are really just black ranchus, but they kind of look like chocolatey ranchus. Still very cool, but they're not really like, they're not sapphire, but they're still very beautiful goldfish. Here, let me get another one out of here for you. Yeah, look at the size of these guys. So I have around 10 or 11 of these guys in this tank, along with the 2 calico goldfish. But these are the ones that I'm going to be selling first. And I honestly might list a couple of them this week. So be very exciting to post these guys. But yeah, they're such adorable, chunky little nuggets. They're very beautiful ranchus. And in this last tank, again, we have one more calico ranchu and a bunch of these. Whoa, look at this chunker. This guy, I didn't realize I had some that were this big already. Wow. How many inches long is that? Is that 4 inches or 3? That's definitely over 3 inches long. I got big hands. Dude is big. Dude is really big. But yeah, we got more of these little, they're basically like chocolate ranchus. But yeah, wow. So we have another 10 in here. I'm realizing now how big this guy is. How big are you? You're pretty cool too. Wow, this one's more of a black ranchu. This one is more of a black ranchu than a chocolate ranchu. Wow, he's really beautiful. But yeah, these are going to be the first ones that I begin selling. Likely this week. I'm not sure when I'm posting this video. But I think I'm going to start selling these guys this week. So yeah, that is my entire goldfish farm in my backyard, all in a 10 by 13 foot greenhouse. And the only reason I'm able to have so many goldfish in here, and really just like, this is a lot of goldfish in one tank, especially those other ones with the mini cleans in them. That's a ton of goldfish in one tank, because I change the water on all these tanks every single day. So, and in order to get your goldfish to grow fast, that's kind of what you have to do. You have to change the water all the time. And I'm in here feeding these babies at least 5, up to 7 or 8 times every single day to really push that growth out of them. So as of now, I've made 0 money from selling any goldfish in this greenhouse. My number one job, I guess, is a content creator. I am a full-time content creator. Right now, you are watching my content. You're watching me do my job right now. But on top of that, I am also going to beginning making money on actually selling the goldfish, which is what I make content about. So I've been going full-time goldfish breeding and content creating for a little over 3 months now. I just graduated college in May. So pretty soon I'm excited that I'll start getting my first paychecks, I guess, or money or payments for all the work that has gone into building this entire greenhouse and breeding all these goldfish. So I'll begin posting some of these larger ranches on my website soon. So I'm really excited to finally get this started after pouring a ton of work in here, putting a lot of money in here, and just spending so much time in here working and doing all this. I'm excited to finally have it start paying out. Again, likely within this next week. I will be alerting everyone when my first couple listings are up on my website on lukesgoldies.com. I'm not going to list a ton at once, maybe only 4 or 5 listings for the first listing. We'll see how smooth it is from there, then I'll continue going on. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Luke's Goldies out.